If you travel, these shared moments may enrich your exploration of our world. The drama of life passes in moments too short to describe fully, but eyes and senses are tuned and educated by our minds to notice what is important to our safety and preservation. I wish to confer some selected moments in my travels over a lifetime so far that illustrate how rich our lives really are and can be. I elected to become a photographer primarily because the practice has helped me to pay attention, to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. Otherwise, I could slip into a lazy state of mind and action, noticing only the surface reflections, or not noticing at all. Taking a camera out of my backpack is a bit like going to the gym, or to an Asian-style meditation session, or offering a prayer. Taking pictures is a healthy task. In my first account, I briefly review 3 moments on the side streets of Hanoi in northern Vietnam in this century early on, around the year 2008. It's busy and noisy on a street marked NGO 10 Pho Phao Dai Lang, but bicycles and motorbikes are still about equal in number. This is located in the vicinity of an old fort arrayed and used against the French during the colonial era. In a moment, I am gazing on street vendors with their modest farm wares displayed at curbside on finely constructed bamboo wicker trays. Clothing too is on sale in colorful clusters dangling from storefront fixtures. It's a seasonal change moment as fresh leaves are just beginning to bud in the twisted trees that are rare now, but help shade patient sellers on a cool morning. Notice the sweaters and jackets on some persons. One individual wears a face mask to filter a generally polluted air fed mostly by the exhaust of the steady stream of motorbikes that has only gotten worse over the years. Helmets on motorbikers are required by law. The fruits include, and I am guessing here, tomatoes, apples, oranges and papaya, and further down the street what looks like coconuts. Words on a banner hanging loosely from the tree above the street are undecipherable to me. But underneath, the woman squeezing an already half-empty commercial water bottle is wearing the Non La, a Vietnamese conical leaf hat. There are really many versions of this sun hat today, but women don a broad-rimmed version, and men generally prefer a cone that is higher and built on a smaller rim. Picture 2. Hanoi, curbside and neglected. As in most places in the world, the children I remember are children that I also never forget. In their eyes, at a moment when my eyes meets theirs, are many stories, flashing clues about their past and forecasting their future. Many pages of descriptive prose would be required to delve into the feelings I feel and the connection I make. The street vendors are gone now, and the day's excitement for this girl perhaps is displaced by some dejection and only passive curiosity. The striped red leggings and striped black undershirt peeking out from her beautifully knit top sweater caught my attention before her eyes did. Her clothing suggests her parents would care a lot about her, But where is everyone? The shiny pink sandals help this little Vietnamese girl make a contemporary fashion statement, allowing her to emerge from an otherwise grimy street, littered and dusty. Behind her, I notice a hanging banner stating "Pho" to copy. No, it's actually stating photocopy. I was faked out at first, since pho, noodle soup, is such a popular item to buy along these streets. This princess of Hanoi looks lonely and lost, with some undiscovered longing for something that is still missing in her life. Whenever I look at her, I hope she finds a better place to dream than the empty bench. A quote: "Getting lost in the big picture often prevents us from cherishing the small moments that make it all worthwhile." J.R. Worth. Picture 3. Hanoi. The time now. Finally, I notice 2 cats are relaxing on the reddish tin roof over the clock shop Dung Ho Toi Giang. Translated, the time now. To them, time is of little importance. Their world is above the street noise where the daily human effort of making a living is underway. The shopkeepers themselves, like many others in Hanoi, usually live above their stores, creating an enviable situation whereby the commute to work is virtually timeless. Next door, the owners of Hong Nok, an electronics operation, display a remarkable garden assembly of flower pots and greenery above the shop, including a cluster of oranges on the left edge of the overloaded balcony. It would take a trained botanist to decipher the plant assortment here. A very modest, even poor porch is adorned with a solitary fern above the timekeeper merchant. Simple household necessities like an air conditioner, tangled electrical wires, and TV antenna inhabit the rather confined vertical world posted along many arteries still flourishing in old Hanoi. A girl whizzing past in the pink bicycle, of course, lends a sense of the pride of progress in this southeastern nation. She comports herself well in our vehicle, interrupting an otherwise relatively uninspiring scene. I couldn't miss the clock seller hovering over his morning newspaper. In 2008, this reading was a commonplace pastime. 10 years later, in 2018, virtually no one would be exposed without a cell phone in hand,